Being in a relationship with a narcissist is like being drawn to an intense, irresistible light. At first, they are charming, attentive, almost perfect. They seem to have everything you've ever wanted in a partner. They know exactly what to say, how to act, how to make you feel special. It's as if they've entered your mind, uncovered your deepest dreams and desires, and shaped their personality around them. But behind this mask of perfection lies something darker. Narcissists don't come into your life for genuine love or true connection. They step into your world because they see you as a mirror that reflects what they want to see: admiration, validation, and control. Every charming gesture is calculated to earn your trust and eventually your emotional submission. In the beginning, it's almost impossible to spot the cracks. You feel lucky to have found someone so incredible, but the mask, no matter how carefully crafted, cannot stay on forever. Small signs start to appear. Criticisms disguised as advice, inexplicable moments of coldness, and a growing sense that no matter what you do, it's never enough. That initial enchantment is no accident. It's what many call the idealization phase, a period where the narcissist places you on a pedestal, making you feel unique and indispensable. But what you don't realize is that this idealization is not about you. It's about them, about what they can gain and how they can use your admiration to fuel their ego. And so, without noticing, you find yourself caught in the web they've carefully woven, a web that begins with admiration, but soon reveals its true purpose: control. If there is one constant in relationships with narcissists, it's the cycle, a repetitive, predictable pattern that begins with idealization, moves to devaluation, and often ends in discard. It's a carefully orchestrated strategy to keep you under their control, while ensuring their emotional and validation needs are met. During the idealization phase, you are treated like a rare treasure. They go to great lengths to win you over, making your happiness their absolute priority. Gifts, over-the-top compliments, constant messages, all designed to create the illusion that you found something unique and special. It's intoxicating, addictive. You start to believe that no one has ever treated you this way before. But this phase isn't built on genuine love. It's manipulation, designed to trap you emotionally. Then gradually, the devaluation phase begins. The pedestal they placed you on starts to feel unstable. Criticism emerges, subtle at first. They point out small flaws or mistakes in a way that seems constructive, but is actually designed to undermine your confidence. Over time, these criticisms become more direct, more hurtful. The narcissist makes you feel inadequate, as if maintaining the relationship is solely your responsibility. Their behavior becomes unpredictable. One moment they're affectionate and attentive, the next they're distant and cold. This emotional game creates a roller coaster that leaves you confused, anxious, always trying to figure out what you did wrong. Finally, there's the discard phase. To a narcissist, people are not partners. They are resources. And when they feel they can no longer extract what they need from you, or when they find another source of validation, you are cast aside. Whether abrupt or gradual, the end is marked by the same lack of empathy that defined the entire relationship. This cycle is not about you. It never was. It's about the emptiness they carry within themselves, an emptiness they try to fill at the expense of others. But understanding this cycle is the first step to breaking free from it. Being in a relationship with a narcissist is like being slowly deconstructed. At first you feel seen, admired, even indispensable. But as the relationship progresses, that feeling is replaced by constant doubt. You start questioning whether you're good enough, whether you're doing something wrong, whether it's you who needs to change. That doubt doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's planted. The narcissist projects their own insecurities and failures onto you. The criticisms that seemed harmless at first become more frequent and cruel. And before you realize it, you're carrying the weight of their frustrations, as if fixing everything is your responsibility. One of the most devastating aspects of being with a narcissist is the gradual loss of your identity. Decisions that once came easily, what to wear, who to meet, how to spend your time, now come with constant second-guessing. You find yourself trying to anticipate their reactions, adapting to avoid conflict or maintain peace. And without realizing it, you start living more to please them than to be yourself. Narcissists have a unique ability to make you doubt what is real. They use what many call gaslighting, a subtle but powerful form of manipulation that makes you question your memories and perceptions. Small phrases like, "You're overreacting," or "That's not how it happened," erode your confidence in your own reality. Over time, you start believing them more than you believe yourself. And then one day, you look in the mirror and don't recognize who you see. The vibrant, confident, independent person you once were seems to have vanished. In their place is someone tired, anxious, trapped in a web of manipulation that tightens with every attempt to break free. But here's the truth that the narcissist doesn't want you to discover. Your essence, who you truly are, is still there, waiting for you to gather the strength to reconnect with yourself. The awakening in a relationship with a narcissist doesn't happen all at once. It's like a curtain slowly being drawn back, revealing a truth you may have always known but were afraid to admit. Deep down, there were always signs, moments when something didn't feel right, when their behavior contradicted their words. But you ignored them, caught in the hope that things might get better. This awakening often comes from something small, yet revealing. It could be a casual comment that leaves you uncomfortable, a situation where you realize your emotions are being manipulated, or even a conversation with someone outside the relationship that makes you see the pattern. It's the moment when you start connecting the dots and realize the problem isn't you, it's the relationship. Recognizing narcissism isn't easy. The initial reaction is often denial. You think, they can't really be like this, they have good moments too. And that's true. The good moments exist. But those moments are part of the manipulation cycle. They're used to keep you trapped, to make you doubt reality. Over time, however, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. You begin to notice that their behavior follows a pattern, that their reactions are not about you, but about the control they need to exert. And most importantly, you realize how much this relationship has cost you, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. The awakening is painful because it forces you to confront the fact that the person you love is not who you thought they were. But at the same time, it's liberating because by recognizing the narcissism, you begin to reclaim something that felt lost: your clarity, your strength, and your freedom. Breaking away from a narcissist is one of the hardest decisions anyone can make. Not because you don't know you need to leave, but because the narcissist works tirelessly to keep you tethered. They use emotional manipulation, empty promises, and even guilt to try to stop you from leaving. But the truth is clear. The only way to regain your freedom is to break the cycle. The first step is setting clear boundaries. Narcissists by nature despise boundaries. They see them as a threat to the control they hold over you, but those boundaries aren't for them, they're for you. They represent your decision to prioritize your needs and well-being. Breaking the cycle also means seeking support. Narcissists often isolate their victims, creating the illusion that you have nowhere to turn and no one to count on. But there are people who care about you. Friends, family, or even professionals who can help you find strength and clarity. You also need to be prepared for the narcissist's reactions. When they feel they're losing control, they may resort to desperate tactics to pull you back in. They might beg for forgiveness, promise to change, or even shift the blame onto you. These tactics are emotional traps, and recognizing them is crucial to moving forward. Liberation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. You might feel guilt, loss, or even doubt your decision. But over time, each step you take away from the narcissist is a step toward a lighter, more authentic life filled with possibilities. The narcissist relies on their control over you to maintain their cycle. When you choose to leave, you break that control. And most importantly, you begin to reclaim something precious: your autonomy. The liberation from a relationship with a narcissist is only the beginning. The real work begins afterward, as you start to rebuild what was lost: your identity, your confidence, and your sense of worth. It's a journey that requires patience and self-care, but is also incredibly transformative. At first, it may feel strange. You've become so accustomed to living for someone else, adapting your desires and needs to avoid conflict, that it can take time to reconnect with who you really are. But this is the moment to prioritize yourself, to listen to your own needs and desires. Rebuilding starts with small steps. Rediscover things you enjoyed doing before the relationship. Strengthen bonds with friends and family that may have weakened during your time with the narcissist. And most importantly, practice self-care. Be gentle with yourself, especially in moments when doubt or guilt try to creep in. It's also important to seek understanding. Learning about narcissism and coming to terms with what you went through can be incredibly liberating. It helps put your experiences into perspective and shows you that the problem was never you, but the other person's behavior. In time, you'll realize that the relationship didn't break you. It transformed you. Not in a way you chose, but in a way that gave you the opportunity to grow, to strengthen yourself, and to set healthier boundaries for the future. In the end, rebuilding isn't just about reclaiming what was lost. It's about creating something new. It's about building a life where you are the priority where you feel whole, and where you never again accept less than you deserve. Because at last, you know your worth.